So I'm just gonna share an observation in about the relationship in marriages, that why relationship in marriages fall apart. Um, from my observation, being in a relation myself, and so what I've seen and experienced this thing that both of them very much love each other. They have the right intention. They want to build a home together. They want to have a family in future. But then why resentment begins to take place? Because I used to think that why the couples who are so much into each other, they love each other, it's a love marriage or whatever, and they started out this life together and then now they hate each other over time. I just observed this one thing and I want to share it with you just for the clarity. I will share this thing from the perspective of a woman, that because I understand how women's nature work and how it goes in the dynamic. So basically, two of the people who are together, they want to build a family. There's no doubt that man doesn't love her. Of course, he loves her, and he's always focused on work, and he's just trying to provide her and everything and all of this. There's no doubt in that intention. One thing I observed that stress and pressure or things happen. So many things don't align, which is normal. But what happens is that in a woman's perspective, what happens? We women are produced in this way from Allah, that we give a lot of love when we are in a relationship or when we become mothers or something like that. We tend to naturally focus a lot on that person in making the home or make that person the center of our life, because this is how we are made naturally, because we are mothers, engineered. So we show this love to our man as well, because that's the love we know. And we kind of give our universe to him. We make him center. Even if we go out, even if we work, we just are thinking that did he had his food, or is he empty stomach, or is he okay, or they are okay, what's going on, and all of that. We give a lot of our time and money and investment in so many ways. I'm just talking about the woman right now. So from a woman's perspective, what happens is that some issue happens, some problem happens, and suddenly the man, he shuts down. It could be either way, but let's just take the normal scenario that let's imagine that the husband, shuts down because some issue happens or anything. Usually, men, when they are in a problem or stressed out or pressured, or something like that, they usually shut down. They usually go in a corner, or they want to be alone, because they process emotions very differently than women. That's why men and women really need to understand how they each of them process emotions and how to treat each other, because we're not taught about these things. And that's why it creates a lot of problems later in the marriage or whatever the relationship is. So basically, some problem or pressure happens or stress happens or there's a misalignment happening, man shuts down, and maybe he's avoidant, maybe he's not processing his emotions well, his intentions are very loving, he wants the good, but in the end what happens is that the communication is barred. No communication happens. He doesn't want to talk and she wants to talk. She wants to express, she wants to fight, she wants to pressure this thing so that it comes up, and she wants to express her anger. Whereas on other side, the man doesn't want to do that. He wants to shut the communication, avoid, and he just wants to go to a corner. He doesn't want to talk to the woman. He doesn't want to be physical or anything. Now, this happens one time, that's okay, but this happens a lot, like a consistent pattern or behavior in the relationship. You begin to shut off naturally. As a woman, if someone does that to me, I will naturally be shutting off now. Now you are shutting my system off. Now I perceive this behavior as a danger, because this is how women are. Little bit of comfort or protection is taken away, or love is taken away from us, we take this as danger. It's our survival instinct. So what happens is that naturally I will stop showing my love to you. I will maybe start fighting a lot. Maybe I will start complaining a lot. Maybe I will start doing a lot of drama. I've seen women who do a lot of drama. Most of the things I've observed is that the man is very avoidant. He doesn't want to talk, he doesn't want to communicate, he avoids the problems, he doesn't want to discuss the problems or whatever the relationship problems are. This allows the woman to be distant, fighting all the time, making dramas, and taking this anger out on kids or other people or be bitchy or all of that, just because she's been denied and there's no communication, there's no love, there's no intimacy she's been offered. So that's her way of pulling herself, when you're drowning and you're just trying to pull yourself up. This is her way, she's expressing this. I feel that in a relation, when I talk about the issue directly face to face with the guy, like, this is something that's bothering me, I don't like this, I don't like this attitude, I don't like this behavior, I don't like your decision, this is better. And when the guy shuts off and he doesn't want to talk, it creates more problems. You may buy me diamonds, you may buy me whatever brand, I don't care, but the money or nothing replaces this. If the this is like common thing in the relation, over time I will start feeling resentful and hateful towards you, because you're not respecting, you're not listening. When someone doesn't listen, this is a woman's psychology, we lose interest, we lose our brain totally. So it's very important for men to know that how much it's important to communicate. So this is what happens, that when this happens over time, then what happens is that they're not talking to each other, and they stop communicating the thing that needs to be communicated, or things that needs to be out of the closet in a positive way, and the things can be sorted out. Now they are taking the form of anger, pressure, gossip, drama, a lot of drama, anger, hate, and all of these things. So that's one of my observations. I just want to share this because I kind of experienced myself, and I try to resolve this. And I just kind of feel that why this consistent anger comes in women, why women become bitchy, angry, drama over time when they are aging and they're married and in their relationships and all of that, because there nobody's listening, nobody's connecting, nobody's communicating, and then eventually they start focusing on other things like shopping, or maybe going out, or maybe other people, or entertaining themselves with something else. And it just, you fall apart in the relationship eventually, or they go quiet with each other, or eventually they become roommates. And then later the guy or the girl, whoever, but in this case it's a guy, so the guy later comes when it's too late. He says that, okay, I don't know what happened. I gave her food, I gave her shelter, I gave her everything, but why is she so quiet? And all of this. Or why she doesn't love me anymore. She only talks about food or grocery or shopping. She doesn't care about me. Dude, when she actually did, when she wanted to give her all to you, when she was unconditionally giving you shut her down consecutively, like repeatedly for over the years. She was your wife, she was with you, and all of that. I am saying this in a good intention so that people try to resolve this instead of, falling apart, because I don't like men and women falling apart with each other. And obviously, this is the work of shaitan. I want marriages to work more, so this is just an insight from my side. Hope it helps.